Hi, welcome to All Around channel. My name is Jesse, and today I'm gonna talk about the Naked Gun trilogy. And it's a trilogy that the first movie came in 1988, a year before I was born, and then the second movie came in 1991. And the last one in 1994. There were talks about a fourth movie, but it didn't get made, and now they are going to reboot the franchise. The Naked Gun stars Leslie Nielsen as the main character, Sergeant Frank Drebin. He's a police officer who's just about to retire, basically. In the third movie he's retired. In the first movie he meets Jane Spencer and they fall in love. In the second film they resume their romance, and in the third film they are married, and as I said, Frank has retired from the police force. Frank is a very successful police officer who seems to solve all crimes by accident many times, causing mayhem and havoc in the process, usually not noticing at all. Other main characters is Priscilla Presley as Jane Spencer, Frank Drebin's love interest in all three movies. O.J. Simpson as Officer Nordberg, and then George Kennedy as Captain Ed Hogan. The first movie is called The Naked Gun, from the files of Police Squad. And as I said, it came in 1988. In the beginning, the officer Nordberg attempts to bust a heroin drug operation. He gets shot, and then he ends up in the hospital. In a hospital. I don't know if he was just unconscious or in a coma. I don't remember. But anyway, and then Frank Drebin starts to investigate the whole drug operations. Soon a character called Ludwig comes the primary suspect, and he attempts to kill the Queen of England in a baseball match. Of course, yeah. The second movie is called The Naked Gun 2.5. The Smell of Fear. Nice title. The plot is that Frank Drebin is honored at the White House when President George H.W. Bush announces that he will base his recommendation for the country's energy program on Dr. Albert Meinheimer's advice at the National Press Club dinner the following week, and all these oil companies and coal companies, so forth, they obviously don't want this Dr. Albert Meinheimer to make suggestions for solar power and wind power, and they get a lookalike or a double for the Dr. Albert Meinheimer, and they plan to that they kidnap the doctor and use the double to suggest the president that we they should still use oil and coal and stuff like that as a main energy source. And it's again Frank's job to get these bad guys their plan figured out and stuff like that. The third movie is called Naked Gun 33.5 The Final Insult. And the plot is that Frank has retired from the police squad and tries to live a happy life with his wife, but they have some marital troubles, marital troubles. And Frank, of course, being a retired police officer, he hasn't shot anybody in 6 months, so that takes toll on him. He goes to undercover to a jail where he gets because they have their main suspect who's planning bombings all over the city, and then they escape and Frank of course gets discovered. And anyway, I think that this third one is maybe the least my favorite, but it does have my favorite quote, and that is that Tanya Peters is a beautiful woman in this movie, says that I could have 2 lovers, and Frank Drebin then says, kinky, but I like my sex the way I play basketball, one-on-one with as little dribbling as possible. And me being a basketball player, so I like that quote quite a lot, and I laughed at that quote quite a lot. So, final thoughts. These are comedy movies, maybe a little like those movies. I think that these movies are really funny. They make fun of spy movies, maybe somewhat, but really good jokes and over the top, but still funny. One scene when the Frank Drebin character and Jane first have sex, they have condoms, and it's they are all covered, the 2 characters are all covered in man-sized condoms, so they are practicing safe sex. But anyway, you've probably seen these movies before, but if you haven't, go watch these movies, TV, rent, or probably you can find them on YouTube. Here in the end I'm gonna put some of my favorite quotes from the movie. There are so many good quotes that, funny lines from the movie. Which one of these lines are your favorites or favorite? And subscribe, comment, like or dislike, whatever you want to do. And thank you for watching. Bye.